And welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys.
Saucy.
I go by the name of Chaku,
Michael Stokes.
and we're back with another episode.
Episode 11 now.
Episode 11.
1-1.
Make a wish. No, it's only for 11/11, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind. So, on our 1,111th show,
Yeah.
if we make it, that's how many episodes like Joe Rogan has.
Oh, yeah, but he's been podcasting since like 2009.
But he does like episodes like every day, right?
I think it's once a week.
Once a week.
At some point, he probably started pumping them out like every day.
Because I always see like new shit up from him, and I'm
But
just like,
nah, he what's it called? He secured the bag long ago to where now he can just do one a week.
damn.
But I know when he started, he was just putting them shits out. Just
Didn't he take? It's only on
Spotify?
Spotify now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of these days we'll be on spot. Well,
Y'all motherfuckers start listening to our shit on Spotify some more. Then yeah, definitely.
solely on Spotify.
That's the
Wait,
goal.
does he still post clips on YouTube?
Yeah, well, they all still. You can still have a YouTube channel
Okay.
and post like your stuff on there.
I wasn't sure if that was part of like the. See, everybody's dropping it on day.
But nah, he simultaneously does that. Same like Breakfast Club does that too. Like they'll post the show on the YouTube channel and then you can get the episode on Spotify. But Spotify also plays the video.
Okay.
So
Okay, Spotify. I see
Spotify.
Spotify.
Spotify out there, boy.
Oh man, so how was your weekend?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, what'd you get into?
Did some picnic bullshit. Well, not bullshit, but picnic. Had dinner with my girl's family. I couldn't link up with you, unfortunately. I should have.
Man, you know what? Be happy you didn't,
It was one of them nights.
because Sunday was on a whole nother level. So I have this friend. We're not gonna name any names, but it's weird that I have this friend.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's cool, but it's just like the levels
Yeah.
that we're on with things. It's like my level of like partying and just like being known
Mm-hmm.
is here, and then this man is just on another level, like on another tier.
Which is why, if he's as cool as you say you are with him, I'm still flabbergasted you haven't mentioned the podcast to him. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just putting you on the spot.
See, I don't know. I just feel like if he really wanted to, because he likes my stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, if he sees it, he sees it. I'm not gonna
It takes
push
is
nothing.
one like.
I'm not gonna push nothing. That's just not my steez. It's not my steezing thing.
Okay.
But
you
yeah,
better
so-
hope I never meet him because I'm just gonna be like, hey, have you heard the podcast?
He can be like, Chalk, man, I can't rock with you no more. You gotta take your ass somewhere
Hey,
else.
my guy.
Remember when you said you was on this tier and I'm on this tier? You was fucking right.
VIP.
You was right. Nah, but so yeah, Sunday, you just be glad that you didn't link up with me, and your liver is still doing
I got a
well.
healthy liver. I got a doctor's appointment on the 8th. I'm gonna get my checkup. Hopefully he looks at me and says, "Oh, you got the healthy body of a 32-year-old man." You know what I'm saying? And not like your liver is like a 70-year-old.
Bro, that's like one thing I'm worried about. It's because I don't drink like excessive amounts, but
Intentionally.
Okay.
We'll throw that in there.
So like during gigs, sometimes like I get I drink a little much, but like throughout the week, like if I don't have a gig or if I'm not doing anything, like I don't drink.
Yeah.
Like I don't have anything at the house, like none of that. If we're not doing a show,
You're not somebody who just kicks back and
cracks open a beer.
something
Yeah.
like that.
So like I just drink when I work, which is almost every day.
Unfortunately. You're trying to book the whole week up too. But
it depends on what day of the week it is.
Mhm.
If it's a Friday or Saturday, then guaranteed there's going to be a lot because there's so many more people out. But if it's like during the week and it's a chill gig, then it's just like, like a couple of shots and then maybe a drink.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of drinks, this week the bevy of the episode is going to be Bib and Tucker. It's a small batch bourbon whiskey.
Bib and Tucker?
I want to say Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I have the info for it right here.
Break it out.
So it has aromas of vanilla, oh my goodness, freshly mowed grass and leather-bound books.
I don't know how I feel about the mowed grass and leather brown books, but we'll see.
I feel like that's gonna fuck with my allergies.
Yeah, I didn't spray up either with my Flonase.
So, along with that, there's notes of sweet fruit, vanilla, caramel, dried apricots.
What type of sweet fruit are we talking, doggy?
I guess any fruit that's sweet.
Okay,
It doesn't give anything specific, just apricots.
that's a lie then.
And then the finish is complex with hints of chestnut and corn.
Chestnut and corn.
So yeah, yeah. So that's a description of this. I guess we should.
Oh, whoa.
Are we gonna get it popping?
The cork top is back, guys.
The cork top is back.
It's
but
back.
see, this one's kind of weird, so I don't know how it's gonna be.
That's like one of them pirate bottle cork tops. Though,
Yeah, where you like,
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
when you pull it open with your teeth.
Arr.
Arr. Where is the booty? I can't believe I did that shit on here. Corny as hell. All right, if y'all ever want to hear some corny jokes, let me know. All right, y'all ready?
Let's go.
In 3, 2.
ASMR.
Oh shit! I can't.
What the fuck, Chaku?
All right, you ready?
Pull. Go. There you go.
Ooh, I like
Great.
it.
It was a great sound. Let me smell it.
I don't smell the.
Smell right?
I don't smell the grass.
Smell right.
All right, let's try it out. I'm gonna pour a little bit in here. So the dude told me that don't mix it with anything, but if you don't like how if you don't like how it tastes, you'll be doing I guess a disservice to. Yeah.
I think I smell the caramel.
Do you? Just to remind y'all again, if y'all are listening and y'all are drinking at the moment, take a drink with us and at any pauses. I'm like jumbling my words today. I don't know what's going on.
Good, bro?
It feels, you know what? This is exactly what it is. Before we get into this and we take a sip, I'm just going to explain some things. So last night, after I got off of work, it's Monday. There ain't really much to do.
Wow, it was Monday. I forgot.
So I went home for once and forever. I sat in the hot tub for a little bit, like chilled, like showered, and then I was like, all right, like, what can I hit up? Where can I go? And I couldn't find nothing to do. So I stayed home.
You okay?
And,
you sick?
And you know how I am about, like, I can't be at the crib, right? So I was like, all right, around 1:30, like, I forced myself to go to sleep. Mind you, my bed sucks. So I'm tossing and turning the whole night.
Tossing, turning.
I wake up at 6:30 this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been up ever since. But on nights that I, like, go to bed early or force myself to go to bed early, like, the mornings I wake up after, like, I feel like shit. Like, I just feel drained.
So the fact that you got a full night's worth of sleep is affecting you in a negative way. That's interesting.
It's weird. Like, I woke up this morning, I was telling my friend, I'm like, yo, like, I just feel like shit. Like, I feel, like, lethargic. Like, when I went to the gym this morning, I was just like, I wasn't into it at all. I even took a pre, and I was just like, man.
Define pre.
Pre-workout.
I'm just fucking with you. I know what it was.
Well, for the people that, don't really gym it up that much, which I don't know. I kind of feel like I should stop taking pre-workouts because I don't know what the long-term effects are going to be on my body.
I don't know. I quit that a couple years ago.
It's like, have you or a loved one been taking lit?
Like, I just don't like the way it makes me feel. Like, my chest feels like it's beating. Like, my heart feels like it's beating out of my chest whenever you take
See, it doesn't do that to me. For me, it's just like you start itching. Like, you get the
that too.
itch.
I get itchy too.
And I don't mind the itch too much. Some, like, it's like a bit much, but for like the one that I'm taking lit. It's the Jolly Rancher watermelon one.
Yeah, that sounds all type of toxic.
And it's not extreme. Like, I've taken some before where I'm like, ah.
I think the worst one I took was called like Green Hornet or something.
Yeah, that sounds fucked up.
And I got it from like a back alley, like side. It wasn't even.
It wasn't even a GNC.
No, it wasn't even GNC.
It was like a farmer's market.
I was looking for a metabolism booster. He's like, yeah, that's a metabolism booster and a pre-workout. And I was like, all right. word. And it's like I took it and I felt like my heart was like, and I was like, just like super jitters.
Nah.
And I was just like, I can't
Hell no.
do this.
Nah, with the one that I'm taking now, it's like it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not, but see, because like every day before the gym, like I would drink the rain, like the little energy drink things, and I'm just like, well, like is this gonna? Because at a point I was drinking.
I can't stand the rain. Sorry.
At a point I was drinking Red Bulls and Monsters, and that started like hurting my chest, and like I never had like chest pain or anything like that.
Sidebar, I feel sorry for people who live their life on Red Bulls, Monsters, and Bangs.
Yeah.
Like I think that is like
Bangs aren't too bad.
I don't know. Just you seem like a slave to the can to me.
Mm.
And I see so many people who are just like that's their coffee, and I'm just like that seems I don't know. It just seems disgusting.
I don't see how people can drink like tons of coffee every day. Like I see some people at work like 4 or 5 cups, and I'm just like, yo.
There's excessive coffee drinking too, but I bet if you compare the amount of caffeine that's in like 1 cup of coffee to one of those Red Bulls or something, it's probably not even comparable.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
Those things are ridiculous, man. And it's like there's some people who are just like, no, they need that. Like it's like, let me get my Red Bull, my Monster, and whatever I'm gonna have for breakfast.
And see, people like they always, oh, like you're crazy. You don't drink coffee or like you don't do none of that. I'm like, nah. And like even with like energy drinks, I don't really do that too much. They're like, well, how do you stay awake? And I'm like, I don't know. I find stuff to do and keep myself busy.
So in my old job, when I worked in a cooler, I think I told you this before, I started drinking coffee for the 8 years I was there because it kept me warm.
Yeah.
So there was a purpose for it. It wasn't to like wake me up or give me energy.
You can do like hot chocolate?
No, fuck all that. You know, hot chocolate.
Put marshmallows in that shit?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. It's like, but yeah, you just wanted a quick cup to get you nice and warm, and then maybe if like you had a long night before, you can get another one like 3 or 4 hours later. But I never exceeded 2.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then even now, like we got my job has like a Keurig built into the water system. So
Sounds
it's
dope.
like you don't even have to refill water. You just put the setting you want it and just put your cup there and it just fills up.
Pops in.
Yeah, and put your little K cup in
That's
or whatnot.
dope.
But even still, I don't even abuse that unless I'm like ridiculously tired.
Yeah, I know some people, man, they just like stay on Red Bull and like all that, and I'm just like, I just from my experience with it is like that shit like fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like I was having chest pains and like all kinds of shit. And I'm not the most healthy dude, but
you still.
But
look
this
like
was
you're in
like
shape.
this was like almost 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
So even when I drink a Red Bull now, like sometimes I will, like just randomly, and still it makes me feel like.
One, I never found a flavor that was good. I absolutely hate Red Bull. I don't think Red Bull is good at all. That's why I think that might be from like Bull Blasters and Vegas bombs and shit like that. That probably is why I hate Red Bull so much. But aside from that, like Monster, like I never found a flavor that was like, oh, this is amazing. I can have this every morning.
Yeah,
and
no.
I was just like, I'm good on this. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Even like the 5-hour energy craze when that happened, I was like, this is stupid. I
wasn't even
this.
on that. Like those little shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that. But after that little tangent we went on, let's get back to the bevy of the show.
Yeah,
People are like, what the hell? What?
He's like, go drink the bevy already.
Just drink it.
Jesus. Get a little clanky clank.
All right, a little clinky clank. So what Phil said is if it has a bite, like you want the bite. So we're learning, guys. We're learning.
It's got a bite, but it's not a bite, you know? And it's extremely smooth.
It really is.
That is extremely smooth.
So dude from Total Wine was correct.
Shout out to dude from Total Wine.
He said that this is something you can definitely just sip on.
I am inclined to just sip on this.
So yeah,
And I've never done that a pod.
I'm gonna get a couple of cubes.
A couple of cubies.
Couple of cubes. We're just both slipping up on words today.
What can we say?
Ooh, see, look, as you can tell, we're not professionals
No,
by
sir.
by any means.
But you can help us get there by supporting the podcast and leaving us messages and comments and telling us how much you like us, or I don't know, retweeting, sending our Instagram posts and sharing everything on Facebook. Saucy boys, here forever.
I like how you did that.
No,
I like how you went into that.
Little segue.
Nice little way to promote.
Got to get that out.
Yeah, we need to get the little ice thing, or just buy that fridge that makes the spheres.
Oh, dog! If we get like a little mini fridge to just
Shoots.
put a little balls of ice in there.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna sip this episode. I'm still recovering from Sunday.
Cap that, my brother.
Cap that.
a little splash.
Yeah, man. But
Okay.
I mean, I can't complain like with the way things have been going lately. Like things have been pretty cool.
You picking back up, you get in the business, you're filling up the week. I mean, pretty soon we're gonna have to like specially arrange to do these pods again, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, unless you can somehow
Nah.
keep that Tuesday open.
I think I'm just gonna keep it to like mid, like Wednesday through whatever, if it comes to that. I don't know. I've been meeting a lot of cool people though, and they've been just asking me if I want to play, and I'm just like, if I'm free, yeah, like I'm down to do it. One thing I can say though, like during the whole like pandemic thing, like I really wasn't charging my rate.
Yeah.
So
Better hit them up, boy.
I'm thinking, man, like as soon as I start charging my regular rate, people are gonna be like, oh,
Ski mask way.
gotta find somebody cheaper. Which I mean, if that's the route y'all want to go, like by any means, do what you got to do.
Good luck with that.
No love lost. I don't really trip on shit like that. Like I understand like the business side of things. So I mean, I've been let go from gigs, and I'm like, oh, like it's just.
Well, we really like you, but
But yeah, so it is what it is. No love lost. I ain't tripping on that. There's always more opportunities in the future for different stuff. So like, especially now, like I told you, how things are moving.
Yeah.
So I can't be upset. Like
gotta keep it moving.
things are going. We gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving. So yeah. So cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to more opportunities and
Clinks.
and cooler shit.
Speaking of that, I actually have a job interview tomorrow.
Ooh,
Second part of it, so we'll see how that goes.
part
for your
2.
boy. Yeah.
A lot of people have been hitting me up telling me that they've like had job interviews and stuff
Yeah.
like this week. So shout out to everybody getting work and getting back to the grind. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of people just that worked in like the service industry, like they're getting back to it, and I mean people just seem happy.
That's good, man. That's good to see people like service industry because they were affected the most last year.
Yeah,
Seeing them get like
struggling.
they getting bread back, they being able to pay bills and all that shit like that. That's
you
good, man.
know how many OnlyFans popped up after?
Woo! OnlyFans made a killing.
I was like, damn. I was trying to get rid of my OnlyFans, but
I should have invested in OnlyFans in 2019 or something.
I put my you like put your monthly subscription on there, and I set mine at $1, and I couldn't even get that shit away. They was like, nigga, we don't want to see all that.
Please subscribe.
No, I'm just kidding. I ain't never made no OnlyFans, but I might have to. Like I said, I'm selling pictures of my kneecaps if anybody wants it. But yeah, no
Wow.
doubt, definitely, it's good that we're getting back to work and things are becoming somewhat normal. And any word on the vaccine? You getting it?
So, I checked on Monday. It's for general eligibility, basically us.
Mm-hmm.
It's through CVS at least. It's completely unavailable through every CVS in the San Antonio area.
Damn.
I couldn't find anything. Like it was just like you have no vaccines available. And I was just like, okay, well, that's trash. I tried. I did my due diligence, but I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll look through Walgreens and see. But I expected there to be a surge and not be like a lot of vaccines left over because even still that everyone can get it.
Yeah.
First responders are still first in line. Like they're eligible. Like my girl's a teacher, so like she can get it. If ever she needs to or whatnot. Yeah, like when she becomes more, she takes priority over me.
Yeah.
In general eligibility.
That's kind of like my job. They're like, well, whenever you're ready, let us know. And I'm just like, all right. So maybe next week. We'll see. I say that last week and this week, but I don't know. I'm just still kind of iffy about it.
Yeah.
And see how many people turn into zombies first.
I'm not really iffy about it no more. The zombies, motherfucker. This guy. I'm not really iffy about it no more. I just kind of want to get the shit over with.
Yeah. I
Just
figured the more
'cause.
people that have. But I mean, like, shit, you look at things that have been open for the past, week and a half,
Mhm.
and everything is. Yo, Diplo's here?
He was here on Saturday at Cowboys.
Did you see the fucking crowd?
No, I didn't, but I expected it to be retarded because it's Cowboys.
Bruh.
Yeah.
And for how big Cowboys is
It can hold a lot of people.
and how close everybody was. So hopefully everybody that was
two
there.
things happened when I saw that. One, I was like, damn, Diplo's here. And then two, I was like, how come more big DJs like that don't book out Cowboys? Like especially EDM DJs. With their fan bases, they could fill out Cowboys easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
I don't know. I mean, just doing this Saturday, like, that's proof enough
Like, yeah, Diplo
that
fucking,
you have the
he got his
you
bag.
have the fan base down
Yeah,
here.
you
So
know he got his bag. No, that's the thing. Like, we may be like a country town and like a rock and roll town and shit like that, but EDM, them motherfuckers travel, bro.
Well, I feel like
They're everywhere.
EDM down here is still a pretty big thing. There's a lot of people that are into it.
Yeah.
I think that's why I get so much shit
But I mean, it's
about like my sets is because like I don't play enough EDM.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't want to start at 10 p.m. and there's like 3 people in the spot and I'm just going ham. You know what I mean? Like it don't make no sense to me. Maybe like closer to like peak hours, like when people are like popping off and they dancing and shit. Then yeah,
Drop
like
a little marshmallow.
Yeah, or some Dylan Francis, and these are like just like regular shit
Little
that
David
I know.
Guetta.
I don't really rock with a lot of his shit though. He got some joints, but I don't know. Maybe I need to reconnect with the
little Calvin Harris.
I mean, they got so many other like dudes out now, and like there's so many different like remixes and mashups.
Yeah,
and
my EDMs are like super dated references. I don't have many.
But I mean, people still rock with those songs though.
Yeah.
That's like the cool thing.
Little DJ Snake.
So the Memories joint.
Yeah.
That's Kid Cudi
that's
and
Guetta. Yeah.
So they did a 2021 version.
I think I heard it the other day. On
so
Spotify.
yeah, I play it like in some of my sets sometimes. But
that's crazy that song that mix is 10 years old. So they're doing a 20. That's fucking wow. I feel old.
That's crazy.
I feel so old that you told me that. Jesus. Oh.
But yeah, man. I feel like if you brought more, you could fill it out. But I don't know. San Antonio's kind of a weird place.
I feel like San Antonio is been like a sneaky EDM town.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel, especially with the name power of Diplo, it's like you saw how that can happen. I feel like you can bring any type of EDM.
I feel like
DJ here.
your EDM shows and your country like artists are gonna come out here and they're gonna do good.
They'll always make a kill.
But you can't bring a lot of like hip hop or like R&B here because
unless they're a really well known name.
Yeah, it has to be like Jay-Z or somebody like that.
I mean, that's the shit what J. Cole was talking about when he had his concert here, where he was like saying like, I didn't think y'all would come out for me and shit. My bad for making y'all drive to like Austin or Houston and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but everyone showed out for him.
But before J. Cole was J. Cole, I mean, he was still J. Cole and he was a big artist. But guaranteed, if you didn't have like, if you had Kendrick down here over Cole, like Kendrick would sell out, of course, over Cole, in my opinion, just because I don't think Cole was like that caliber of an artist at the time. Like Kendrick was still like he was on it, like he was just killing shit, like around that time. And he sold out the KOD shit. Yeah, it wasn't like any of his other because he was always out in Austin, which that's why because Austin you're gonna sell out shit like that.
Of course.
Like people love shit like that out here, but I feel like a lot of people from Austin are coming here because a lot of people from California are going out to Austin. So I feel like San Antonio, as far as like the music scene,
it might be expanding.
It's starting to expand and evolve a little bit, and people are a little bit more receptive to like different shit.
I mean, shit. Just watching in this last decade, bro. It's just like I feel like the city's so much more receptive to so much more shit.
Yeah.
But then again, is that also in part that our 98.5 is like completely been hijacked by like major markets now, so they hear like different music from different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the morning show is not local no more.
Yeah, it's not.
It's Breakfast Club.
But the crazy thing about that is like I'll catch myself listening to the radio sometimes, and it's just like the same
like bullshit.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't
plays and everything or whatnot.
Yeah,
still like iHeart playlists and all that shit.
Cause like sometimes like I'll forget to turn my Bluetooth back on my phone, and like it'll just go straight to the radio whenever I hop in the car, and it'll be like on 98.5 or something, and it's just like basic radio shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's nothing like unique.
Or maybe is it the fact that we all have internet now? You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years ago, like still limited on your search value. You know what I'm saying? Like shit don't come with you. But now it's like, no, that's how you discover music. Like you're online, you're looking for it, and new music drops. It's immediately on YouTube or whatever social media app you're using.
Yeah, and there's so many different platforms that people have music on, and it's like there's certain shit that you can get on Tidal that you can't get on Apple Music, and
that's why I got Tidal, because I had a hankering to hear Styles P Blow My Mind.
Yeah,
couldn't find it on Spotify.
Damn.
The one album that had that song on it is not on Spotify. They had this whole discography but that, so I was like, fuck it, let me go to Tidal. Went to Tidal, it was right there.
And see, that's weird because like on Apple Music, like sometimes you'll look at albums and like some of the songs would just be like gray.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's just like, no, you can't have that.
why can't I listen to
Like,
that?
seriously?
And then like, what's the whole deal with like Aaliyah's catalog?
Aaliyah's catalog, I think, I got Tidal years ago, like when it first came out, and I guess one of the selling points of it was they had Aaliyah's catalog for a temporary amount of time. But as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, is her estate won't ever fully sell her catalog to any subscriptions to any streaming service.
You got to go out and buy albums.
Yeah, and so that's why you're not getting like, I think the only one you can get, like the only full album that's available across all streaming services is like Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. That's it. Like you can't get none of the other stuff. You can get like a greatest hits compilation. Like Tidal right now, they got like Aaliyah the hits on it, and it has like all the songs you want to hear, but you can't get like any of the albums.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks.
I know.
Oh man,
it's crazy.
But yeah, it's so weird. Like, cause even, well, now all Jay-Z stuff is on Apple Music.
Yeah, he released it. It's on Spotify too.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, damn, like I wanted to listen to this, and at the time, whenever I first got any subscription, I got Apple Music first, and then I had like,
it comes on your phone basically. So.
Yeah, so it's just like it's there. It's convenient. But
I used to be blind like you.
Now I got Tidal too. Because the reason I have Tidal is because I can make playlists in Tidal, and I can use it in Serato. So if I have good Wi-Fi, like any song that I don't have on my laptop, like hopefully Tidal has it. But see, that's a double-edged sword that you're playing with, because then you have people that come up and request, and they're like, do you have this song? And I search it, and it's like, damn, it popped up. And then they're like, well, can you play it? Can you play it now? Because like we're about to leave.
I don't care.
So yeah, that's like the hard thing about being able to access that, and like SoundCloud and shit like that. The SoundCloud shit is actually kind of cool. I haven't used it yet, but I know if you have like the premium or whatever, you can stream like whatever songs.
Chaku, what are you talking about? We have premium SoundCloud.
Ting. So, but yeah. All right, so moving on. We've gone on this little tangent
long enough.
We just call this the Saucy Tangent Show.
Saucy Tangents. Anyways, so we started watching something the other day, and it brought back a lot of memories. But I wanted to talk about that documentary on Netflix right now that's killing the game, The Last Blockbuster.
The Last Blockbuster.
Wowzers! Didn't finish it, but I just figured let's talk about what we saw. Like, I think it's interesting. Aside from like everyone knows it had long been a myth, or not a myth, but like a story floating around the internet. I remember seeing it like 5 years ago. It was just like in the year 2000, Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix for pennies on the dollars, and they declined. And yeah, it turned out to be true. Like I think it was like for like $2 million or something. Damn. And Blockbuster was just like, yeah, we're good.
Nah, we're good.
We don't need it.
We just gonna sell these DVDs and tapes.
Movies on the internet? Wow, who would do that?
Nah, we're good.
You know what I'm saying? And so like the funny thing is people are like making memes about that now, where it's just like, now watch The Last Blockbuster on Netflix, and like Netflix is like fucking Devo and shit. It's like, god damn, that's crazy. But like I like the aspect of like how some of them people were talking about like the aspect of like Blockbuster was like another social medium to people that you can't get back, kind of like a Borders.
Yeah.
The idea of you walk the aisles and you can talk to somebody in there.
Yeah.
And like you can talk to a random stranger. And I had mentioned how like it's crazy how that used to be, because like the reason why I never fucked with Redbox was because like I hated the fact of me standing outside of Walgreens at one side of the Redbox and someone's like, well, what are you renting? I'm like, bitch, mind your own business.
Or like they see it and they're like, oh, I got that one last
week.
Like,
yeah, I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it's too personal because we're right there.
Yeah.
But the convenience makes it that way. And then it's like the idea of some of them were like saying like, yeah, some of like the first dates with my wife, that's what we did, was like, we just go to Blockbuster and I'd learn about her off of what her movie likes were. And like they talk about movies and what they want to pick, and then they make their suggestions and shit. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
That's like the coolest shit about like just stuff back then, because you had stuff where you had to be in settings. So like it was a lot more social. Like you go
Yeah.
there and like you said, like you run into random people and it's, oh, I like that movie too. Like, and then maybe you develop a friendship.
Yeah.
It's just you going out being social.
You're at
and
the counter and it's like, oh, we had that last night. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So it's different stuff like that to where now it's just like everything's on your phone. And that goes back to what we were talking about, social media.
Yeah.
Because social media has made people less social.
Yeah.
Because everybody can just say what they want on any platform and do all that. But then when you see them in person, like they're completely different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, back in the day, we had like skating rinks and like all that stuff. And like there was different shit to do. I remember, so back to the Blockbuster thing. I remember being in school and Fridays was like the night, like if we were hanging out with like my parents, they'd be like, hey, let's go to Blockbuster and like let's pick our Hollywood video, like whatever video spot. But what they were talking about in the doc was like, oh, when you walk in, like it smells.
Yeah, the smell.
Like,
and it's like your memory banks still remember the smell.
mm-hmm.
Like it's like that's the craziest feeling.
So I definitely want to go and like visit just to see if it smells the same. But yeah,
Bend, Oregon.
Yeah,
that's where the last Blockbuster in America is located, in Bend, Oregon, and it's like a landmark staple now where people flock from all over the world just to go there. Don't even rent nothing. Maybe you can buy like a movie. I'd definitely buy something if I went.
I would get a membership even if I didn't live there.
Just to have the card again.
Yeah, but just like that feeling of
Mm-hmm.
like going in there on a Friday night and like you just dip off. I would always go to the game section.
Oh, of course.
And I would like look at all the Sega games they had, or like the Nintendo games.
And it progressed as you got older. So like PlayStation, like, yo, what am I gonna rent? Like I'd walk in and my mom would just be like, all right, go do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna find a movie. And I'd be like, all right.
And that was like punishment.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't like, oh well, you're not gonna be able to rent nothing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't rent a video game if you get in trouble at school. And I'm just like, oh jeez.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because this just popped into my mind, and I'm pretty sure this used to happen. Didn't some of the local Blockbusters, it was either Blockbusters or Hollywood Videos, they had report card specials where if you brought your report card and it was like all A's and B's, you either got a free video game rental or it was a heavily discounted video game rental.
I think it's probably just like the local joints. Or maybe Hollywood.
I could have sworn I did it at Hollywood Video and like my friends did it.
It's probably Hollywood Video
Yeah.
because remember they had the game part. They like after they started getting bigger, like they opened up the game.
It was like a gaming store.
Yeah, I forgot what the name was.
Yeah, me too. I want to call it like Game Zone or something like that.
Something like that. But we'd always go there and rent like Tekken and
Yeah.
And I mean that was a cool thing too. Is like if you didn't have the money to like buy the game, you can just go rent the shit.
That's
and, like, try it
my
out.
biggest gripe with like the gaming industry now. And I'm not gonna get too nerdy with it, but ever since like we got into the world where like you can download your game fully and like you don't have a full copy of it, the gaming industry's kind of become lazy. Like they release unfinished games because they know that they can put out the rest of it in DLC over years, and so that's how you expand the content. And I've been burned by it so much with this generation of consoles like PS4 and all that, of getting like a game and expecting it to be complete, and it's like, nah, this game's not complete. They're gonna release the rest of the game in like 5 years through DLCs that they know that.
I mean, shit. Look at GTA.
Yeah,
like they just keep adding shit.
But
It's been the same game for like,
even still with that game is like it's always like 5 to 7 years in the making when they drop it. So it's a lot of content anyways, and then it lasts for a decade. Like GTA 5 came out in 2013, bro.
Yeah,
it's almost been 10 years since the last one came out, and then GTA 6 isn't gonna drop until probably 2023 or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But what I remember is especially with that, the idea of like renting a game to try it out as a kid,
because
like,
you didn't have to like if it sucked, you'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna play that.
I won't buy that. Now it's like, no, it's all or nothing. You have to invest in the game and buy it, and then be burned by the fact that it's like a fucking short game.
And then you take it back to GameStop and they give you like $5 for it.
Fuck GameStop.
Like I just paid $60 for this game.
Yeah, but you opened it, so now it's
we could give you like $2.99.
Yeah, or you can get in-store credit for a little bit more.
Yeah,
the worst thing you've ever heard in your life.
Fuck GameStop. I seen this TikTok where this kid went in there and he had a GameCube taped to a Dreamcast with like a doll head on top of it. And he's like, hey, I just wanted to see how much I could trade this console in for. He's like, it was in my brother's room, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was so pissed off. He like called the cops on him and shit. I'm like, bro, he's just joking with you.
Yeah.
But
I know there's this one video that was circulating like a few years ago where like homeboy tried to, I guess he tried to return something and they lowered it. They gave him the bullshit price. He was like, "What the fuck?" And he started knocking down all their stands and kicking shit
Oh
over. He's
yeah,
like,
I
fuck
seen
this
that.
place.
Yeah, I
Like,
seen
dipped
that.
out. I was like, damn, that's cold, but it's true.
But I mean, yeah, fuck, you
Like, I
paid
felt
like
that.
$60-$70 for a game, and they're like, oh, $5.99,
No, you
or
opened it.
or $10 store credit.
That was how I learned so much about economics as a kid.
Yeah, fuck GameStop.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. That would be dope just to go visit that spot and just relive some
I gotta smell it again.
some
one
old
last
memories.
time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the main thing. Like, cause I know what it smells like, but it's so weird too. Cause if you've ever been in a Blockbuster, you know what we're talking about.
Well, shit. I mean, Blockbuster, like
any,
Hollywood
any
Video,
movies,
like
any video rental store. Like, you open that door and then it just hits you and you're just like, oh.
It's funny. We had this one video store right outside the base when I lived in South Dakota, and like it had like it was a small spot, and there's this like ramp that goes up, and you just see these beads. That was the no room. That was the no room. I used to peek my head in that shit and look around. You'd be seeing girls on like the VHS covers with their legs all over this shit. My mom be like, "Get your ass over here."
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Not that section.
That ain't the kids' movies.
Nah, I just think about like all the movies that I learned about just from walking in a Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because my thing was like I'd always go down the horror aisle, and
Yeah.
I'd like look at the covers of horror movies. So it's like I didn't know what Evil Dead was, but I saw every Evil Dead on the shelf, and I was just like, huh, I wonder what this is. I wonder what this is about. You know what I'm saying? And just like looking down there, like seeing like Amityville Horror, all these movies that I had no idea what they were.
Yeah.
But like my parents did, they knew what Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all that was, and I'm just like looking at the cover, and they're just like, "What? What are you doing? Like, that's a scary movie. Put that away." So it's like I learned about all these movies just by looking at the box art on the covers.
See, my parents, they would rent those.
My parents did every now and
We would watch that shit, and my mom be like, "All right, well, don't be crying and shit later."
then. Yo,
I'm just
sidebar. You know what movie gave me nightmares as a kid? Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night.
Yo.
That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt, and then one movie that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid was Candyman.
Candyman 2.
And my dad still clowns me about that shit. He brought that shit up the other day because we were talking about something in the house. And he's like, "Oh, Candyman's gonna get you," and I'm like, "Man, stop."
Speaking of that, remake of Candyman should be coming out sometime this year.
I hope,
the
man.
Jordan Peele version.
Yeah, that shit looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looked good, but I didn't want to get off track on that. But yeah, Candyman, another dope one.
Yeah.
Another dope one. Still to this day, have never said Candyman in the mirror 5 times.
Candyman, Tales from the Crypt, Poltergeist.
Yeah,
That was one that kind of fucked me up.
Poltergeist was pretty spooky.
I wasn't really scared of Child's Play.
No, see, that's the thing. Like when
Or-
people bring up Child's Play, I'm just like, really? Like I
I'm
always
scared.
thought I could beat the shit out of Chucky.
Yeah,
like
I'm
he
like,
didn't
I'd
scare me.
Kick that motherfucker across the room.
I fuck Chucky up.
That or like I really wasn't scared of Freddy.
Freddy either. Freddy was more funny to me.
Yeah, the ones that really creeped me out were It
Of course, yeah.
and Jason
Yeah, Jason creeped me out just because he was
and
like
Michael
unstoppable.
Myers. Yeah, nigga just all quiet and shit.
Yeah.
I can't.
Like I remember we rented, like this is when the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise had went down the drain, and there was one that came out in like the 90s, like the mid 90s. It was just like it was a straight to video one, and I think it had like Matthew McConaughey in it. And like yeah, it was super bad. But I remember like my mom was just like, "Oh, that movie scared me as a kid. Like this is like the third one or something." She was like, "This should be scary." And I remember watching it with them, and I was like laughing the whole time. They're just like, "You're not scared of this?" Like, no,
hell nah, this shit is corny.
this shit is corny as shit. Like,
You know, one movie that actually kind of got me was The Hills Have Eyes.
oh yeah, that was pretty creepy.
The first one.
Yeah,
That shit was
I remember
pretty graphic.
we went to the theater to see the first one when it came out.
And I think at the time that one came out, I lived in New Mexico.
Yeah, and it has the yeah.
Yeah.
I get why you would think that.
So it's like Alamogordo, like White Sands, like how they do all the testing and shit out there. I'm like, yo.
yeah.
So every time I would drive from Clovis to Las Cruces, like when I go back home from like school, I would drive through fucking like White Sands and shit at night, and I'm just like, oh my god, no, the fucking mutant people are gonna get me.
Please don't break down. Please don't
Yeah,
break down.
please don't break it down. I had a Honda though, so I was good.
Please no flat tire.
But yeah, man, shit. But yeah, back to Blockbuster. If I was a person that had tons of money, I would just pay to keep that bitch open.
I know.
I'm not even gonna front.
I'd cut a check hey, how y'all doing? I hit them up.
Yeah, but like,
how y'all doing? Y'all good? Can y'all make it?
Yeah.
Like, cut a check and just like, yo, just stay open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep the hope alive.
I wonder if they got a thing where people can like donate.
They got to.
And just keep it open.
They got to, since they're independently owned. But it was like we were saying, like the original founder of Blockbuster should at least like check in on them and donate. And like,
is he still balling like that though?
I don't know. Like, I mean, if you go out of business, you got to get some type of compensation for shutting down.
Should have bought Netflix.
Should have bought Netflix, motherfucker.
But that's back when it was just like delivering movies.
Yeah,
like
it was. It wasn't
out.
even that. I think it might have been just like an idea and a dream at the time.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the year 2000. I didn't hear about Netflix until like 2007, really?
I remember it because that's when they started doing like GameFly.
But that wasn't Netflix
and
though.
Stuff like that. But
yeah,
I think
remember the idea
I don't know
of
if GameFly came out first.
I think GameFly did, because I remember seeing commercials for like, oh, you want to rent games?
Yeah.
Get them from GameFly.
And they would send them
mail directly to you and all that. And the same concept applied for the Netflix and all that.
And I always wanted to do it, but my parents were like, no, we ain't doing that shit.
Me too. I was just like, man, I should do that. And somebody was like, oh, if you think about the money you add up for the subscription and all this blah, 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 it's not worth it. You know, they hit me one of those fucking lame ass things, and I was just like, okay, I won't do it, you fucking killjoy, you fucking buzzkill motherfucker.
Way to kill my vibe.
Yeah, bitch.
Man, yo, do you remember like going to Blockbuster and like after you would run a game, like you would go up to the counter and they would have like the tips and tricks?
Yeah.
Like the little books.
Tips and tricks, a magazine?
Yeah.
I used to steal those from the BX on Statue of Limitations. Statue of Limitations.
Used to borrow those.
Yo, yeah. Oh man. Well, we're gonna have to take a sidecar on this, but I can't tell you how much shit I've stolen from the base BX. As a kid, like, yo, the magazines, because they used to have the demo discs in them back in the day.
Yeah.
Bro,
we used to just rip
the
demo
disc out, stuff it in the pocket, and I got a demo disc for the PlayStation,
hey,
baby.
we criminals, baby.
Yo, hardened, bro. Thugs. I got my stripes, homie.
Stealing all the trial discs, all the demo discs.
All of them, dog.
I probably still got some of those shits, too.
Man,
somewhere in storage.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember what I did with my original PlayStation. I might have given it away a long time.
I still got
ago.
mine. So my dad, I don't know if I can say this on here.
Statue of Limitations.
Let's just say, okay, so my PlayStation was a special PlayStation, and we just used to burn games. And
ooh, it's one of them.
I had one of them, and it had like this dope ass like Laura Croft like skin on it. Yeah,
man, that brings back so many memories, because I had friends like that, and when they brought out the big booklet of CDs and video games,
all the games.
Yeah, he's like, yo, you play that new Tomb Raider? Nah, man. Yo, man, you can hold on to this. And I was just like, looking at the disc like, are you sure this is Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
it's like, nah,
just like
it's real, fam.
Go ahead, pop that in.
Yeah, go pop that in.
But you had to do the special shit to the, yeah. All right, so.
That big booklet. Sorry, we're not trying to incriminate ourselves. Like
hopefully this shit don't come back and bite me in the ass.
Statue of Limitations.
Sony hit me up like, hey, nigga, remember when you was stealing games?
FBI talking about piracy laws and shit.
I mean, I didn't sell it. I just
it was for my own personal enjoyment.
I happened to acquire some LimeWire and BearShare.
Yeah.
And Frostwire?
Yeah, Frostwire.
Napster. What were some other ones?
Fuck, I don't remember. I know LimeWire and BearShare with the
LimeWire used to fuck my
computer
up. My parents used to get so pissed.
Oh my god!
Stop downloading porn. I'm like,
whoa.
It wasn't porn, but
statute of limitations.
I mean, there might have been some like booby pictures on there, but you know.
I remember I had a homeboy who was like, yo, I burnt NBA Live 2003. I was like, oh, where'd you get it? He's like, oh, I got it on LimeWire. I scoured LimeWire for that version of Live 2003 to burn it onto a disc, only for it to be a bullshit movie. I think it was like Spider-Man 1 or some shit like that. I was so pissed. I was so heated. Wasn't even a good quality either.
Man, the bootleg era.
Oh, good times.
Remember like the flea market?
Bro, love the flea market.
We used to run up in there and they had that fake cell phone shop. Yeah. You just pop in there and be like, hey, nigga, you got that Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That Spider-Man? Okay.
My guy, I saw Spider-Man 2 on LimeWire. When everyone was going to the theaters, we downloaded it. It was somebody's like, it was a great, shout out to whoever recorded that. That was a great handheld.
And it wasn't shaky.
Yo, it was steady, everything.
Nobody walked in front of the screen?
One time.
Damn.
And he had it in 2 parts, bro. And we literally went over to my homeboy's house and just watched it. We were just like, yo, Spider-Man 2 was crazy.
Oh, and but how'd you see it already? It's like, hey, don't worry about that, man. We got the plug.
Dog. And then I remember had someone else downloaded like X-Men 2 and brought it to school. And like in the middle of Spanish class, we were like, yeah, we're just gonna watch X-Men 2.
Because they gave us, well, not y'all. Y'all missed it, but they gave us laptops. Remember?
Yeah, fuck y'all.
Yeah, we got laptops and shit. So we used to like sit in class and like watch movies. Man, we were fucking horrible.
Of course y'all were. Y'all didn't deserve them fuckers.
We would like be instant messaging each other in class. Like,
I know y'all would.
We'd play Doom.
Change the game.
We'd be like doing all kinds of shit.
With us, that was the emulator era. So with us, like any computer class we had every like emulator there was. I had like a Genesis emulator, a Super Nintendo. Remember I had an N64 one. So like I'd be in class, the teacher would be teaching, and I'd just be playing Super Mario World, just like, what?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Let me get through this level real quick.
They walk up, you just
just minimize.
close it. Yeah.
Yes.
Damn. That's crazy. Now you can have all that shit on your phone.
And I mean, shit, it's on I bought a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
They got like a whole fucking like a Super Nintendo app.
Bro.
And I was like, that's all I'll be playing on that bitch is just Super Mario World. I'm just like, man.
My brother has that.
Yeah.
He said, hey, DJ, remember this? I'm like, yeah, I'm old, nigga.
Yeah. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? I'm old, I know.
Yeah.
I was alive when it came out.
I was there from the beginning.
That's my thing. I used to like the thing with me, like I play these games on memory because I used to watch my older sister play through them. Because at that time I thought they were way too hard or complicated for me. And now like I'm playing them and I'm just like, this ain't even that bad.
I used to kill it, but I used to watch my dad play that shit. Man, my dad, he was like the master at like all old like video games and shit used to piss me off because he had always whooped my ass in like Mortal Kombat and all that. And it's funny because like now like with the new Mortal Kombat, my brother be kicking his ass.
Yeah.
He's
you
like,
gotta hold that L.
My dad's like, well, play me on the old one then, nigga.
Yo, run that MK2 back.
Yeah, hold on, let me plug in this Sega real quick.
Let me get that out. Yeah, nah, man. That's how it was in my crib, man. My sister, Mario, Sonic, like 1, 2, all her.
What was your favorite game on Sega?
On Sega, Mortal Kombat 2. I love Mortal Kombat 2 with a passion. You know why I love this so much? I got it for a birthday gift, and it was amazing.
I like the cases that shit used to come in.
I miss it. I miss those big ass fucking cases with your cartridge in it. Oh, good times.
I think mine was probably it's between Mortal Kombat, Sonic, and Paperboy.
Oh, Paperboy classic.
I used to love Paperboy. What about for Nintendo 64?
Didn't have a 64. But if I came over to my friend's house who had it and I was playing it, it'd probably be more than likely like GoldenEye or Mario 64.
That's what I was thinking. Remember Killer Instinct?
Yeah. Wasn't a fan, but I remember it.
My cousin used to whip my ass in that shit. I would cry.
Yeah. I remember I'm
like, come on, man, let me win.
I powered off the Mortal Kombat game because my friend kept foot sweeping me.
That was it.
And I got aggravated about it. I was like, you can't keep doing the same move. He's like, what? There's no rule saying I can't.
My dad would do that sometimes.
I turned the game off.
He'd do like a combo, and then like he would catch me. I'm just like, I get frustrated and start pushing the buttons, and he would just keep sliding. Keep doing a slide, and I'm like, man, this dude. But yeah, man. See, look, talking about Blockbuster done brought back all kinds of old memories.
That's how much we like. We're hipsters. We might as well admit it. We're fans of nostalgia. We realize we're getting old now, and it's like I understand how my parents were in the 90s, and like things that happened to them when they were kids were coming back in style, and they were like realizing they were old. Now I'm feeling that. The more that I see like the Last Blockbuster, things like all these things from back in the day that I thought are out of style are now like coming back. Now I'm like, holy fuck, I'm old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's crazy.
Getting old, man. Getting old.
That's wild, bro.
Two old men. Two old saucy men.
Two bitter saucy men.
Do we have to change it to saucy men? I don't like it. It doesn't ring.
Fuck that.
It doesn't ring as well.
Boys to men, still boys to men.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
New kids on the block, still new kids on the block. Not new men.
New men on the block.
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet men.
Yeah.
That don't even sound good.
Yeah.
That sound weird.
You know what I'm saying? Saucy boys for life.
Saucy boys for life.
Anyways, since we're still talking about movies, that new Saw trailer dropped. Spiral, the book of Saw, basically. We were talking about that earlier. And
yeah, I'm going to say that I'm actually pretty super excited to see it, but I'm not opposed to going to see it. Versus like how they came out with like 6 different Saws in the past, and I forgot like the last one that I seen, because all it was is like you just go in there, it's like people trapped in traps, and they die gruesomely.
I checked out on Saw like after the second movie.
The first one was great.
It was great. Set up a great storyline and everything, and then like the second one was good. It was okay. It wasn't as good as the first.
The first one, that nigga was in the room the whole time.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. If you ain't seen it yet, you're tripping. The movie's been out for almost 20 years.
Oh man, the camera shut off.
It did?
Yeah, so the rest of this episode is gonna be audio.
All right, cool. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit was crazy seeing that back in the day. And then like by the third movie, when I realized that this wasn't for me no more, and I realized that it just became it became torture porn.
Yeah.
It was the third movie where they had that one guy, like one black guy. He's in a trap, and the trap is like the twister.
Oh yeah, so and it shreds his skin off.
Like twists his one leg, twists the other leg, twists both the arms before like twists his head off.
Oh yeah.
And I remember sitting in the theater and being like, "Y'all motherfuckers like this?" Like, well, this okay, not...
so that's the same thing with so like all the Saw movies, and then after like the first Final Destination, like all the Final Destinations after that were just like, how bad can we kill somebody?
Yeah, that's what they became. It became torture porn. Like, people got a hard on for it in like the mid 2000s for some reason.
Yeah,
of like, and that was like, because I was listening to a podcast where they were discussing this about how like horror movies took like a huge dip in the mid 2000s because like it all became torture porn based. It was like, how bad can we gross people out? And you know what I'm saying? Like, how bad?
Like, it wasn't even scary. It was just like, ugh.
And that's why like movies like Paranormal Activity stood out, because it was like, oh no, this is cheap. It's not super gory.
But see, then they went that route.
And then they pushed it super far like that, and they secured the bag and ruined it. But no, with this, it looks like a grounded take on it. It's obviously like a reboot. It's like a reboot sequel, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. Black leads, always supporting that. Chris Rock.
And he's a producer for it.
Yeah.
So
he was the one behind everything.
That's even better.
So that's cool.
So I feel like it's gonna do fairly well. It doesn't look like it's just set around people just getting torn up from different traps.
And that's a good thing. So I'm in for it. I'm more excited than I was the first time it was announced.
And Sam Jackson's in it too?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Motherfucker.
So this trailer. And I was just like, wait.
No, he was in the first trailer too.
He was?
Yeah.
I don't remember him being in it.
Because he says motherfucker. That's just his thing.
That's crazy. But no, I'm happy. I'm excited for it. I can't.
So yeah, I think it should be pretty good. I'll be excited to see that one. And it's cool now too, because like you said, like movies are opening back up. Like theater's gonna be somewhat full.
I will let you know how it is tomorrow night.
I'll probably be there because I'm off.
Yeah, don't come to the movie
pulling
theater.
up on date night, baby.
Don't pull up on date night.
I told you I'm gonna sneak up and be like, oh, y'all got seats here too?
Nigga, I keep the blicky on me, bro. I can't have you running up on me like that, dog. You my boy, but I need my space, dog.
Yo, when I told your girl that the other day, when I was like,
she looks so not impressed.
I was like, I'm gonna pull up on date night wearing the same clothes as y'all and just sit next to y'all and be like, so what are we eating? And she just looked at me like, fuck? Like, why would she thought I was serious? I was like, no, I'm not serious. I'm just kidding. I don't think people get my sense of humor.
No, they don't.
Because I just be saying like,
I've known you for so long, so I get it. But yeah, most people, they're probably just like,
like, yo, he's really
crazy?
Mike, is he really gonna come? Like, no, I'm not driving out of my way to go join y'all on date night. I'm joking, but one of these days, maybe.
No.
Okay. If y'all ever go on vacation somewhere and I got the time and money,
cut the
best
shit.
Believe I'm gonna show up.
Cut the shit.
You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be like, this nigga really showed up.
Be in Acapulco or something like that. Like, yo, Stokes.
Like, is that Mike?
Oh my God,
Mike Stokes.
Babe, run, babe, run.
Yeah, man. But you never know. Shit, I might pop up one of these days. So be ready.
You a crazy motherfucker.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna send you a picture from like me on the other side of it.
It's like me and my girl holding hands and shit.
You gonna open it and look and turn around.
Where the fuck is he? He's watching us, babe.
Oh shit.
Hit you with the I know what you did last summer. Like, what are you waiting for?
Stop being creepy, nigga. I'm not. Man.
That's crazy.
But
speaking of being creepy and being a fool, How you feel about we got April Fool's Day coming up in
We
a couple
got
days.
April Fool's Day coming up. You know what?
Back in celebrate?
I don't. Back in the day when I was like a kid, I would do like little jokes and shit, be like, "Oh, April Fools," but then I realized how corny that shit was, because like when people would get me and I would forget it's April Fool's. When you get older, you just forget.
Yeah, you just don't think about insignificant holidays.
Yeah, so people come up like, "Oh, your shoes untied, April Fools." You got ketchup on your shirt, April Fools.
So
I remember that shit's mad corny to me.
I remember we planned this elaborate one when I was like a junior or senior in high school, where it was like me and my friend were gonna get into a fight, and this girl we knew was gonna like come over and be like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" or whatnot. But like, so like we're talking over how we're gonna do it, and she's like coming up the hall, and like some fucking snitch like walks down the hall and is like, "Yeah, I think they're setting up a joke for you over there, like an April Fool's joke." And
see,
she can't,
and then that's the thing too. You always got somebody who wants to ruin shit.
Just
like,
fucking killed it, dead it. Like she was just like, "What's going on? I heard y'all were doing a joke for me," and we were just like, "You, what? Like who the fuck? Yo, it was trash.
Snitchy McRat over there.
big trash. I was super pissed.
I always hated shit like that. People that be ruining shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it unintentionally before.
I did that once.
But I wouldn't like, "Oh yeah, they're about to play a prank on you. Just play along." April Fools.
April Fools.
Fucked up your April Fools.
Other than that, I don't think I've ever like partook in it or like did any like pranks myself or whatnot. I mean, I like to prank every the time.
Every day is April
you know
Fools.
what I'm saying? Like, I get mine in.
Since hence my sense of humor.
Yeah.
I just be doing random shit.
Very dry.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, you never know. It depends on how motivated I am, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe if I have kids, I'm definitely getting.
Oh
them.
yeah, I'm fucking with them. Definitely.
I'm April Fools and the shit out of their asses. They gonna be like, I'm make them cry. I don't care. Fuck them kids. No, I'm saying. But they're yours. Nah.
Actually, I saw one that was pretty dope, like a prank. I think I saw it on TikTok where like a homeboy turned like he made coffee for him and his daughter. He turned one of the mugs over and put like the whipped cream and everything on it and shit with the coffee on the inside. And like his daughter like switched. So like when he went to drink his, it spilled everywhere and shit. I was like, God damn, that was pretty good.
So I seen one that was similar to that, but this dude was trying to do it to his sister, and she seen him like doing a thing or whatever. So she picks up they pick him up at the same time, like to drink it, and she picks up hers, and it's like the hot chocolate, and he's like, and he just looks at her and he picks it up, and there's a bunch of $100 bills under it, and she's like, "What?"
I think I saw that one too.
She's all mad.
She was like super heated.
But yeah, man, I don't know. April Fools, man.
See, here's why I never really celebrate April Fools. My birthday is the last day of April. So to me, April Fools and the 1st of April is just like, 29 more days to my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
That's the beginning of the countdown.
Yeah, it's just a stepping stone to get to my birthday. That's why I never really gave a fuck about April Fools.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll start doing pranks and shit, but for me, I don't have time. And then when people get me with like tricks or like jokes and shit, I'm just like, okay, it wasn't funny.
Yeah. It's like, you thought that was funny?
Haha.
You thought that was funny, nigga? I look at you like Daniel Kaluuya in Widows, like, my nigga, you thought that was funny, cuz? Like, it's like looking at you, you thought that was funny, homie?
You thought that was funny? Or what's that one kid on TikTok? He always wears like the red polo. It's like, you think that was funny? And they play like the dramatic music behind it. Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok like that.
You gotta get on that TikTok, baby.
No.
But yeah, so fuck all that April Fool shit. I mean, we'll see in another like 5 years how I feel about it. Because I got my nephew. So I'm gonna have to start.
I got a niece I can fuck with.
I'm gonna have to start getting his little ass.
She's gonna have to feel the wrath of it.
He gonna be like, Uncle DJ, you a dick.
I don't want to see Uncle DJ this summer.
He always be playing tricks on me, man.
Daddy always be fucking with me.
So, we're just gonna move right into it. I know you wanted to talk about.
No, I was about to say the same thing. We can jump that topic, save it for another day. I just threw it on there, but I didn't think we could fill like we did. But we're some filling time motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
saucy boys out here. But nah, like we gotta get into it, bro. In Search Of by N.E.R.D.
This is the music corner.
Music corner for you assholes. In Search of by N.E.R.D turns 20 this year. I think it was in August. Even though my Spotify says it dropped in 2002, the Wikipedia page that I found said the original version of the album came out in August of 2001.
Damn.
So, I think that's crazy. 2001 is 20 years ago now. Another crazy thing. Basically, I was thinking of something for Music Corner, and I was just like, what rap albums came out in 2001? Long list of all this shit that I remember. And I was like, fuck, 2001 was such a good music year. You know what I'm saying? But
I think like 2000 to like 2005. A lot of good fucking music came out.
So much music, man.
A lot of good music.
But now I wanted to get into this because, like, I'm going to be real. This is like the first time I've heard this album in probably well over 15 years.
I can't even lie to you. I listen to N.E.R.D albums regular.
Mm-hmm.
Like regular. Like, I think what was the last, not the Lemon, that one I haven't listened to regular, but the one before that, the one with all the girls did
Sing Sounds. Yeah,
Sing Sounds was a good one for me. But yeah, no, back to In Search Of. I don't know, man. Like, I still listen to it regular, so it's not like a thing for me. Like, it's just like this was part of my like daily shit.
Definitely a revisit for me. And so what I wanted to just like talk about like what I thought about them when they first came out. So it's like what the first song, don't judge me. I forgot about Lap Dance. I really did. I can't believe I forgot about that song. And it's like it came on. I was like, oh shit, because I was on one of the I think it was like Madden 02 or some shit like that.
What?
I can't believe I forgot about Lap Dance. It blew my mind, dog. Like I was, yeah. And when I heard it, I was just like, "Oh shit, I forgot about this song."
Baby, you want me?
Couldn't believe it. But it's like, yeah, the first single was like Lap Dance on it, or was it the?
That's a strong fucking opener.
It is,
because it just comes in.
And so, like for me, like in 2001, when I'm staying up late, I'm watching MTV After Hours, and this video comes on, I'm just like, yo, this is cool. Like, this is cool to see a punk rock band that looks like me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought of N.E.R.D back then. I was just like, because
that's when like I was skating and shit.
Exactly.
So
BMXing still.
Yeah, BMX too.
We're in a world at that time that's like polluted by like fucking Blink 182, Sum 41. Phoenix TX, like all these, white boy punk rock bands and shit like that. And then I see these guys and I'm just like, yo, they look like me. That's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure I've heard N.E.R.D before, well, Neptunes and like for like production and shit. But my first introduction to them was Rockstar.
Yeah.
You can't be me, I'm a rock star.
Running on the top of a cop car. But yeah, that was probably I think that was the second single on the album. Not quite sure, but I know it was between Lap Dance and that.
Yeah, I seen the only reason is because like in the morning, like when you wake up to go to school, like
After Hours is still playing.
Yeah, either that or like VH1, like the running shit. And that was one, and I seen like niggas skating and shit. I was like, bro, this video is dope.
That's how I connected. It was like, yo, they look like me. They're doing the shit that I'm doing, like BMX and skateboarding and shit like that. And it's like, and this shit sounds dope as fuck too. Like, it's like, what is going on?
In my head, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, this black dude's on here doing this shit. Like, yo, this is dope. So it went from that, and then I kind of fell off of it for a while. Because, like, back then, like, I couldn't buy albums.
Yeah, of course. You were still
like, I would just get what my parents listened to.
Exactly. You were at the mercy of, like, your parents or your older siblings.
So, and I mean, they still listen to good shit.
Yeah.
But I never got like the album.
I couldn't go to my mom and say like, hey, can you hey, next time you go get albums on Tuesday, which is something that used to happen. New shit used to drop every Tuesday.
Yeah.
I couldn't say like, yo, can you grab that N.E.R.D and search up for me? Like, she wouldn't have done that. If it wasn't like Jay-Z or an artist she heard of, she wouldn't have grabbed it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my parents, like my dad, he was pretty up on shit. And like I remember when Kanye dropped, he bought the album. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, you bought the Kanye album? I would steal it and shit.
Yeah.
Like that, he bought like Black Album. And then at the time that I got brave enough to steal CDs from the BX.
My guy. Statute of limitations.
Well, I mean, not even then, but like I think around like 2005, 6, like I was doing shit and I was making an allowance and I was getting, so I would save my money and I would go buy albums at this place called Hastings in New Mexico.
Oh, they had one in New Braunfels, bro.
So
remember Hastings?
I would go and I would like buy, like I was able to buy albums and I was like, yo, like I can get whatever I want and my parents don't care.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, you know, go ahead, like it's your money, do what you want. So around that time, that's when I really dug into it and I got into the N.E.R.D and I bought In Search Of, Fly or Die.
Oh yeah, Fly or Die.
And then after that, I mean, so I didn't really get to dig into the album until like then. And this is like 4 or 5 years later.
That was same with me. Like I didn't really like have my chance to listen to their shit.
You would hear the singles.
Yeah.
Of
course. Like probably 05, 06, maybe 07. That was when that was like the first time I was just like, oh, N.E.R.D is pretty dope, and actually hearing their albums. What I will say about In Search Of, I thought back to that podcast, the Drink Champs podcast with Pharrell was on, when N.E.R.D told him, he was like, I forgot who he said, but was like, yo, someone told me to stop working with you as a producer because like basically all your shit sounds the same. And like Pharrell like had like that moment where he was like, look, we were in a time and era back then where like we weren't thinking about that. We were just putting shit out.
Yeah.
And like to say that we sounded the same, he was like, yeah, we did. We had a sound. You know what I'm saying? We had a sound and it was selling, so we had to run with it. There was a part in the album where like I heard at least like 4 songs that had like the same riff to them. And I was just like, okay, yeah, they did have a sound back then. Yeah. That like it was a definitive, this is the N.E.R.D sound.
I think it was like, was it like Tape You and then like the song after that?
It's like it's Lap Dance, Tape You. It's like the first 4 songs on the album, and I was just like, oh shit, they all do got that. They all got that riff on it, and I'm just like, oh.
But
okay.
I mean, it was dope.
It was, and it still was. Like, it wasn't exhausting. It wasn't like overplayed or too repetitive for me.
Yeah.
But it was still like cool to hear it. If we're gonna jump right into it, straight up, my favorite song is "Am I High?" Like that shit. I love that shit. That shit is fucking fire.
I play that shit loud as hell with my windows down. That's like one. I'm gonna have to say my favorite is "Run to the Sun."
What's the Sun? It was a good one. Also like the which I would have known if I bought the album in 01, the pre-clips. There's 2 songs on there. One has Pusha T, one has Malice on it, but you don't know that that's the clips in 2001.
Yeah.
So it's not until 1 year later where it's like the clips drops, and if you know N.E.R.D, then it's like, oh, those are niggas on In Search Of, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's like I had no idea back then, and it's like I heard that song because Pusha comes on one of them. I was like, oh shit, it's Pusha. Yeah. Then the other one is fucking Malice, and it's like, oh, it's
Malice
like
was on Am I High, right?
Yeah, I think it is. He's the verse on Am I High, and that's why I like that song, because Malice is floating on that bitch. He floats on it.
Man. If we like really wanted to dig into it and like keep talking about like it just N.E.R.D albums,
not yet for me.
I
need some more. I gotta listen to Fly or Die. I haven't heard it from front to back in like probably 10+ years.
Fly or Die,
and from what I've heard, Fly or Die is probably like the best one,
right? I don't know. I'm in between that and In Search Of. No, actually, I think for me,
unless Seeing Sounds is dope.
Just because at the time, like Seeing Sounds, like there's a lot of memories with Seeing Sounds, so I feel like that's why I relate that. It's like my favorite album, but I didn't really get into Fly or Die until, like I said, at the same time. It's like I think the first N.E.R.D album I bought was Seeing Sounds.
Yeah,
I've heard the songs before. I knew who they were. And I can get music on whatever, but you know how like when you download shit on LimeWire or whatever, you get like all these dumbass remixes or it's like not the legit song.
Shitty quality also.
Yeah. So it just wasn't like a thing for me until I was able to buy albums and I was like, all right, cool. Like, and I can really like sit there and listen to them. So I want to say though, my favorite song, start the album Fly or Die front to back, but go back to Maybe.
To Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
And the reason I love that song so much is because when Lupe dropped the mixtape, he used that, and it was like both versions. Like I love them.
Yeah,
I fucking love them. So Yeah, man.
I'm glad I could pick a topic that you're so passionate about.
Bro, I could go.
Nah,
I could go all day about some N.E.R.D. shit.
Because the original thing I was gonna say, let's do P Diddy and the Bad Boy Family. The saga continues.
Yeah, so you would have had me on that one.
Because that one dropped too, and I was just like, but you know what? There's only a couple songs on it that I would actually remember.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like going through the whole compilation, and then I peeped the In Search Of, and I was like, yo, I know Chucku's got this.
Bro,
so we gonna do it.
I wanted to be Pharrell so bad. I wanted to be Pharrell so bad. But at the time, I was like, nigga, I couldn't afford like trucker hats or like none of that shit. And then now that I can, I'm just like, I don't think I would.
Can't bring that style. You can't bring the style back.
And then it used to gas me up too, cause like back then I had the low cut, and chicks would be like, "Oh, you kind of look like Pharrell," and I'd be like, "Nah, I don't.
No,
stop.
That's my idol. Shut up."
But it's cool, man.
That's wild, man. Nah, I never got no shit like that. I wasn't light skinned like you.
Remember the dude that put together the pictures of me, you, and E.T., and he put like the Pharrell from the cover of what album was it? Where he had the helmet on. He put that joint on there, and then what's the dude, the football player that they say used to look like. And it,
Byron Leftwich.
And they said E.T. looked like a cannon or some shit. And he had that pick stitch, and it was all three of us on there.
Nah, he looked like DJ Drama.
Yeah, Drama. That's right.
That was fucking
that shit. But he put that picture up, and I was like, oh, this nigga's clowning.
Yeah.
But and then my mom was like, oh, is that a picture of you? I'm like, Ma, stop. I do not look like Pharrell.
Stop playing.
Maybe like young Chaku. But if I could be anything close to Pharrell, man, that man's just fucking amazing. Let me stop fanning out.
Stop being a fanboy.
I told you, like I could meet like fame. I don't think I would want to meet Pharrell.
What, you think it would ruin your
Nah, I wouldn't say it would ruin, because like just seeing him in interviews and shit, like I know like how he is, but I don't want to meet him. And if I did meet him, I'll be mad about it. I didn't want to meet him.
You want to come back to the office and hear my beats?
He'd be like, nah, nigga, I want to hear them sorry. I want to hear them sorry ass beats. He'd be like, man, you don't waste my time, Chaku.
Oh, this guy.
I don't think I could meet Pharrell.
It'd blow your world up.
It probably would. I think that's the only person I would not like fanboy out. I wouldn't like freak out, but I would just be like,
he's your prince.
Like I wouldn't know what to say.
He's your prince, no homo.
Like I wouldn't even be able to like do I say hi?
But no, like you remember how like a bunch of celebrities and shit would always say like, yo, meeting Prince was like I was speechless and all this shit like that. That's your prince, basically.
I would say Pharrell and Kanye. I don't know. I feel like I'd want to meet Kanye. And I mean, even if he like snapped on me and like called me a dick or something, like, nah, nigga, I don't want no pictures.
He's more personable, no matter how ignorant he is or whatnot. I think the mystique is kind of gone over like the last 4 years of the dumb shit that he's done. But like people like Pharrell and shit, they keep that shit close to chest. Jigga Man, things like that. It's still like something like, oh shit, that's Jay-Z. Like, oh fuck.
Well, I mean, shit. Even during South by Southwest, when we was running into people, would be like, oh, that's such and such.
Yeah.
But I think the ones I'd actually kind of be like scared to like meet or just like be like shaky, it'd probably be like Pharrell or Kanye.
It's like, yo, Chuck, man, Pharrell's right over there.
Well, shit,
just
even Timbaland. I was kind of like that when I met Just Blaze, and my dumb ass.
Just Blaze.
So we go to South by Southwest, and we ended up going to this event, and it was Jazzy Jeff, and
I forgot you did that.
So we went up there, and like there was. Like, people started leaving early. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are y'all leaving? So there was space, like, right up next to the booth. So me and Ruben, like, hopped up there. And we were just standing, like, right next to the dude watching him cut, right? I took a couple of videos or whatever. And then Just Blaze pulled up. And he just, like, walked up out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, that's Just Blaze. I kept telling Ruben, I was, like, tapping on his shoulder, like, that's Just Blaze. I was like, yo, that's Just Blaze.
Pump, pump, pump.
And so I'm just standing there, and he hops up and he starts DJing. And I got the video still. Yeah. Man, just up there, like, cutting, like, fucking around. And so we get done, and we walk out, and they both look, like, dead tired. And so I was, like, hesitant to, like, walk up to him. And so I just, like, fucking sacked up, and I walked over there, and I was like, hey, man, y'all mind if I get a picture real quick? and they both looked at each other and they looked kind of pissed off. And I was like, fuck. I was like, they really don't want to take this picture, but they did. And it was like, all right, yeah, take the picture. So I hopped next to him, and then Ruben takes a picture, but the thing delayed. So he put the camera down, and it's just a picture of me and Just Blaze's feet. It's all blurry.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Them goddamn iPhone 4s, man.
So, yeah. But after that experience, I just, like, I don't want pictures with people that are, like, celebrities. Like, I'm cool, like, meeting you and shit, and, like, I'll hold on to that memory. But just knowing, like, on that end, because, like, when people, I'm not saying I'm, like, that nigga, but, like, when people come up and talk to me after I get done doing a set, I'm just kind of, like, I'm exhausted.
I'm kind of just going through the motions.
Yeah, so when people, like, come up and talk to me, like, they want to, like, talk to me all night, and I'm just like, like, I kind of want to, like, dip out.
Oh, bro, man.
But I don't
my friend DJs too, bro.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a dick, so I'm just like, I'll sit there and I'll talk to him. But I mean, even with Just and Jazzy, they were like, yeah, man, like, take the picture. But you could tell like they weren't into it.
They weren't fucking with it.
So I was just like, you know what, like, from this point forward, like, just be cool with meeting celebrities and saying what's up, and then just keep it moving, because they probably got a bunch of other shit to do.
I've never been a can I get a picture guy. Like, if I see a celebrity, I'm just like, I try and play it like, okay, that's dope. I see them, not gonna approach them.
And see, that's the only time I think, along with that, the whole Justin Bieber thing, and then the thing. But man, that was different. I wasn't like, they were just there, and I was like, okay, cool. But now, like, I'm just like, nah, I wouldn't do that. Like, if I can go back and, like, not do those videos, like, I wouldn't have done those videos.
Don't do that.
But I'm glad I did, because it kind of helped Justin out. So
save Justin Bieber's life.
Saving Justin Bieber.
And with that, we're gonna end this podcast.
I'm rambling today.
We going, man.
We're just going in there.
We filled a shitload of time, but
yeah.
This has been the Saucy Boys podcast. Please remember to hit us up on IG at the Saucy Boys Pod, at Chaku Johnson,
at Nunchuck Johnson,
and at MD Martin 228 on IG. If y'all got any questions, comments, suggestions, just fucking hit us up, man. Please.
Yeah, hit us up.
Like,
I mean, if you want to just say hi,
yeah,
you can do that.
Just, shoot you.
We're cool with that.
Don't shoot your shot, but like, just say something about the pod,
Yeah.
That's what we like.
And recommendations. If you have any recommendations on shit you want us to try, so that way we can start developing these little gifts that we're going to start giving out pretty soon.
If we decide to do the gifts, I mean, it all depends on your fan participation, So whenever you fuckers decide to participate, maybe we'll help you out.
Real quick, I know we have 50 subscribers on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all of y'all.
51. It went up to 51. Yeah.
Oh shit, 51. So yeah, thank y'all for subscribing and liking all of our shit on YouTube. That too, like, everybody that's came up and, like, said something in person, or the people that have commented or
love it,
like the podcast, I appreciate y'all.
We love it. It's like I'm like Scarface sniffing the mound of coke. Whenever you tell me that, it's just a fucking high. Like, I'm just like, ah! I'm like Thanos putting the last fucking Infinity Stone in the gauntlet. Just like, ah! You don't know how great that makes me fucking feel. Thank you.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this. If you don't like the show, let us know.
No, I was gonna say fuck you, but yeah, let us know.
Let us know. I mean, if you don't like it, or if there's some things you think we could work on, let us know. We may not take your advice.
Yeah,
but
who you are.
But we appreciate it.
We do appreciate it.
All right, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm out of here.
We still looking at the camera like it's on.
I know the camera's been off for like fucking 15 minutes.
Anyways, we out. Take care. Later.
Peace.
Bye.